In heterosexual interactions, men perceive women as sex objects, while women perceive men as success objects. In other words, sex is the primary lens through which men perceive women, while money is the primary lens through which women perceive men. As it turns out, autonomy is only important for women, especially in the context of marriage. A woman maintains her bodily autonomy in marriage, while a man doesn't maintain autonomy over his finances. For the better part of the civilized world, a man requires his wife's consent for any sexual activity, even though the related laws might not be enforced to the liking of some people. A woman can sue her husband for raping her because consent is not limitless. Just because consent was given the first time doesn't mean it's automatic is what they say. However, a man lacks financial autonomy after marriage, with every outcome of his labor being shared with the woman on the basis of being married. If a woman wishes, she could prosecute her husband for stealing sex from her or the man coercing her into sex. There's nowhere in the world where a man can sue a woman for stealing money from him or coercing him into giving her money. If you listen to women carefully, part of her being aroused is the man doing everything she wants. A woman feeling appreciated by her partner is fundamental in making sure that she is attracted to him, and she attends to her responsibilities as it pertains to the union and the home. Upon divorce, then everything becomes clear. The woman who maintains her bodily autonomy in marriage sure as hell maintains it out of marriage. She doesn't have to attend to his physical needs for whatever reason. However, the patriarchal courts don't care if a man feels appreciated or not in mandating alimony payments. The court's argument when it comes to alimony proceedings is that he provided her with a lifestyle she was already used to, and as such, he should keep doing that. Question being, what value did she provide him with that the courts would then mandate her to keep providing him with even after divorce? If you want to say children, she's guaranteed primary custody of the children and child support upon divorce. While she's entitled to her children, he has to fight for his. And from the point of privilege, she'll lecture him on how hard he should fight for his children if he loved them enough, as if she's ever had to do that. Then you wonder why 80% of divorces are filed by women. In your typical household, the man is the head, with this leadership often focusing more on the burden of responsibility as opposed to exerting authority as is often presented. A man's authority in a union doesn't operate in a vacuum, but instead, it is a tool that facilitates his responsibility. Take the example of the male protector role. A man being responsible for the safety of his family means, for instance, he would require his woman to be home by a certain time or avoid certain situations, just like he would for his children. However, feminism has effectively separated a man's responsibility from his authority, with the resultant independence-oriented focus painting him as controlling for wanting to do everything within his power to protect her. She's a strong, independent woman who knows what's good or not good for her until it all goes south, until the choice she exercises requires her to be responsible for her actions. Then she remembers she has a man who's opposed to the head of the family. Anyway, in a solid union, he's the head, she's the neck or the heart, or whatever fancy term you want to call it. If she leaves, she's guaranteed her children, child support, and based on the nature of their union, as well as the laws in their jurisdiction, alimony or spousal support. So, upon breaking the union, she maintains his support, but she becomes the head of the family, to the point of even dictating visitation rights. Why wouldn't she find every flimsy reason to leave, as they do 80% of the time in marriages and 90% in relationships? Why wouldn't she arm twist him into a union just to leave in 7 years give or take, with the knowledge of what leaving looks like for him? Why would she stay in a union in which she knows full well she would be rewarded for leaving? Why would she stay in a union, which is in the best interest of her offspring, when she could just exercise her independence, which rides on his pocket, and use the children as guinea pigs in her little experiment of proving to the world how independent she is?